Hi, good days. Hope you're doing fine. In this series, we are going to discuss about the Jacobean to the Restoration period. If you are ready, let's get started. 567 onwards. Who said, I heartily hate and detest that animal called man? Decker. The name of the first fiction by Daniel Defoe is Robinson Crusoe. Epistle to Dr. Arbuthnot is another famous title of book prologue to the Satires. George III ascended to the throne in the year 1760. The Agony and the Ecstasy is a biography of Michelangelo. The above biography was written by Irving Stone. Sheridan's play, The School for Scandal, came out in the year 1777. The Sick Lady's Cure is a gentle comedy by Cibber. Sheridan's The Critic came out in the year 1779. A Modest Proposal is a terrible essay by Swift. A Journal of the Plague Year is the subtitle of the fiction Mole Flanders. Matthew Prior was imprisoned by his involvement in Jacobite intrigues in the year 1710. Romance is a satire on the doings of the Royal Society. A tragedy rehearsed is a farce. Satires upon the Jesuits was written by Oldham. A Voyage to the Houyhnhnms is a savagery essay by Swift. Roxana is a fiction by Defoe. Henry Fielding's last work was a diary, the name of which is Voyage to Lisbon. Sheridan's play, The Rivals, came out in the year 1775. Which book of Swift suggests that this book was an outlet for the author's own bitterness against fate and human society? Gulliver's Travels. Account of the greatest English poets was written by Addison. Dr. Johnson formed the literary club with the help of Pitt. Which poem is known as a rhyme gazette? The Campaign. The hero of the poem, The Campaign, is Marlborough. Addison was the Secretary for War in the Tory government at the age of 26. John Gay's Black Eyed Susan is a ballad. Bill Phil is a character in Fielding's novel Tom Jones. Who said, Yes, I am proud. I must be proud to see men not afraid of God, afraid of me. Pope. The character Ambrosio appears in The Monk. The original genius behind the publication of The Tatler and The Spectator was Steele. The biography of Johnson was written by James Boswell. Whom did Edmund Burke denounce openly and bitterly? Warren Hastings, who has been regarded by Voltaire as the best poet of England and at present of all the world. Pope. Swift satirized various churches of his day in his book, The Tale of a Tub. Ulysses, the hero of Homer's Odyssey, was the king of Ithaca. Which book is a storehouse of maxims? Essay on Criticism. Moral epistles written by Pope. Henry Fielding ridiculed Robert Walpole and his ministry through the paper The Champion. Which one is the last literary work of Johnson? Lives of the Poets. Who said a book should help us either to enjoy life or to endure it? Dr. Johnson. The heroic tragedy was introduced by Sir William Davenant. The 7th and 8th volumes of Tristram Shandy came out in the year 1765. In Robinson Crusoe, Friday is a cannibal. Smollett, born in 1721, died in the year 1771. Which one of the Smollett's novels was published shortly before his death? Humphrey Pickle. Don Quixote is a picaresque novel by Cervantes, which is known as the first of the robot books. Frankenstein. Richard Haid and Francis Kickman produced the book The English Rogue. The picaresque novel Gil Bilas by Lee Sages, a French novel. Thackeray's Barry Lyndon is a satire on romance and sentiment. Moll Flanders is a picaresque novel by Goldsmith. The Invisible Man is a picaresque novel by Rolf Ellison. The Monk is a Gothic novel by M.G. Lewis, who wrote Cecilia or the Memories of Harris Burney. The Fair Penitent is played by Nicholas Rowe, who has been dubbed as Smollett in Petticoats, Fanny Burney. Goldsmith, The Traveller is a poem. Pope addressed his epistle to Augustus to George. Thomas used in his The Castle of Indolence Spenserian stanza, who asserted to copy nature is to copy them. Pope. The poem Ode on Solitude was composed by Pope. Johnson's Lives of the Poets appeared in the year 1781. Bonamy Dobry is described as the first Victorian by Addison. Pope's essay on criticism was influenced by Harris Boyle. James Watt invented the engine by 1784. The term bathos was first used by Pope, who has been called a dramatic star of the first magnitude. Sheridan, who kills false delicacy is a sentimental comedy. The Married Philosopher is a sentimental comedy by John Kelly. Johnson's dictionary was published in the year 1755. Persian Eclogues was produced by Collins. Collins' Odes appeared in the year 1746. The Grave is a sad poem by Blair. Collins produced his ode on the popular superstition of the Highlands in the year 1758. Thomas Parnell produced his Night Piece on Death in the year 1721. David Simple is the only novel by Sarah Fielding, who said, "What is fit for everything can fit nothing well." Johnson. Which novels is about cloth trade? Thomas of Reading. Jack of Newbury is a novel about the weaver's craft. The Gentle Craft is about the shoemaker's trade. London is a poem by Johnson, who said, "Those rules discovered, not devised or nature still, but nature methodized." Pope, who said that Pope's was a prose style twisted into verse. Rossetti, who said, "All our knowledge is ourselves to know." Pope, who found Pope's an essay on man arbitrary and unmethodical. Johnson. The Life and Opinion of Tristram Shandy is a novel by Sterne. The above novel, that means Life and Opinion of Tristram Shandy, appeared in 9 volumes. Who said that true wit is what oft was thought but never so well expressed. Pope. Comic epic in prose was imitated by Fielding. The first 2 volumes of Tristram Shandy came out in the year 1760, which is a story of one man on a deserted island, Robinson Crusoe. For how many years did Crusoe stay in the island? 20 years. That's all about this video. If you need more like this, do comment. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you are having any suggestion, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next video. Tada, bye bye.